I want to make a quick video about running Oblivion Remastered on Linux. Just got this set up this morning and had to do a few things to get it to work properly. So I thought I'd share that information with all of you in case that's helpful. I've been running gaming under Linux for quite a long time now, and in general, I find it to be about the same quality of experience as under Windows, in some cases considerably better. So I'm a big advocate for gaming on Linux in general. I'm using the Garuda Linux distribution. It's based on Arch, and they have a version that is gaming oriented. It's got your gaming software pre-installed, which is really nice to have that just ready to go and not having to worry about the configuration of all that stuff. It can be a little tricky. So this gaming distribution is really nice to have. Of course, it should work under Ubuntu, and it should really work under any distribution that you want, as long as you know what you're doing. The less game-oriented your distribution, probably the more difficult it'll be to set up, but your choice, of course. So the first thing, of course, we need to install the game. We're going to do that over in Steam. And I already have it installed, of course, but first thing you want to do is to change our options. Go to Properties, and we want to go to the Compatibility section and check the box here. That's going to allow us to install in Linux and run under Linux. You have the option to change which version of Proton you want it to use. I don't usually change this myself, but sometimes you'll find a forum post that will recommend you use one version or another for a particular game. This default option seemed to work perfectly fine for me, however. So after you change that, you'll be able to install now 100 gigabytes or more, so it's going to take a little while to get through that. When it installs, you can try to run it, of course. Maybe it will work for you just out of the box, but for me, and I think for probably a lot of people, it's going to produce a DirectX 12 error. So let's take a look at that. So it says that DirectX 12 is not supported on your system, etc. And apparently there's some version or some feature in the driver that causes this error to occur. Did a little bit of research on it, which was completely unhelpful. And eventually what I found was that we need an updated version of Mesa. We need Mesa version 25.1 or later. And in my system, I had 25.0, and I would assume most distributions have that or even earlier versions. So it's not going to work for many of us, I would assume. Definitely did not work for me. And it's pretty easy to fix this. We're going to be installing a developmental package. So it could well have problems for you now or in the future. So keep that in mind. Kind of moving on to the bleeding edge, and there may be issues. I do see some graphical glitches in the game. So it's not perfect, but the game does run, whereas before it would not. So for me, it's worth the compromise. Because we're making this kind of substantial change, you might want to make a backup or a system snapshot just in case things go wrong or it doesn't work for you, or you brick your system, something like that. What we need to do is to install a package called Mesa Git, or in my case, it's Mesa TKG Git. And when I ran the package manager to install this, it produced an error. It said that I could try to run it in the terminal. And when I did, it asked me to manually remove the incompatible packages of the old Mesa version. It's just simple. Just answer yes to all the prompts. It went smoothly with no drama, and everything was fine afterwards. I found a thread talking a little bit about this, so I'll leave this document in the description of this video in case that's helpful for everybody. And to show you what it looks like in my package manager, this is the package I installed, mesa tkg git, and you can see it installs version 25.2. So we're even ahead of where we need to be. Some people were discussing how you can select the version that you want the system to use. So perhaps you can set it to 25.1 instead of 25.2, and you'll have a bit more of a stable experience running the game. But for me, this worked well enough, and the graphical glitches don't really bother me much. So I'm leaving it as is. Just to show you the game running, I'll start it up. Take a moment to load. This game was released back in 2006, if I remember correctly. So it's definitely got some good nostalgia value, and it's really a fun, enjoyable game. So I'm enjoying it so far. As you can see, it's running. Everything works the way it should. So I hope you enjoy that, and perhaps this video was helpful for you.